Natalie Viana, and today we're going to be talking about the importance of educating our youth with abstinence programs. The reason I chose this topic is teens and parents need to be informed that they have a choice when it comes to encouraging dating and giving into peer pressure. I want teens to make a stand to remain sexually pure until they are married, knowing this will impact them for the rest of their lives. I am expecting parents to support and communicate with their teens, helping them make moral decisions that will protect their emotions and health. Why are parents permitting and supporting dating among adolescent teens? Why not promote abstinence and friendships between peers instead? Abstinence programs that focus on the risks of unwanted pregnancy, sexually transmitted diseases, and emotional damage have been proven to be effective. A paradigm shift takes place when teens fully understand abstinence and what it means. Scientific evaluations prove that teenage involvement in sexual activity is taking away their childhood. According to the researchers at the National Campaign to Prevent Teen and Unplanned Pregnancy, 3 out of 10 girls in the United States get pregnant under the age of 20. 19% of these use no contraception at all. 24% use it inconsistently. And young men ages 15 to 22 do not fully understand fertility, that a girl can get pregnant during her menstrual cycle. Another 22% did not realize that a girl can conceive even when she's on the pill. Plus, they're unaware that condom use are not foolproof. Based on a 2002 nationwide survey, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention studied 9.8 million female teens, and at age 15, 26% of these girls were having intercourse. At 16, 40%, 19 years old, 77% of them had had intercourse. Less than half of teen mothers finish high school, and only 2% ever complete college. Moms have a great influence when it comes to teens getting pregnant or not. According to the article in Policy and Practice, a teen coming from a home where the mom got pregnant as a teen is twice as likely to have birth in their teen years. 1 of 3 of these births are born to mothers under the age of 18, according to Robert Rector, a senior researcher in domestic and economic policy. Why is this happening? Young men and women are unable to develop committed and loving relationships. With their lack of commitment to one another, there's an epidemic of sexually transmitted diseases as well. Today, more than 20 widespread STDs infecting an average of more than 15 million individuals each year. Out of 2/3 of all STDs are in people 25 years of age and younger. Each year, 3 million teens contract an STD, and an overall quarter of sexually active teens have become infected. Sadly, there's no cure for some of these diseases, and condoms offer relatively little protection. Why put our teens in a situation that is uncomfortable to them? Many teens in a relationship do feel pressured to have sex. Giving into these temptations could result in pregnancy or an STD. The only way to avoid these pitfalls is to abstain from sex. Adhering to abstinence means teens can have a better marital relationship that thrive emotionally and physically. Couples that refrain from intercourse before marriage are happier with the quality of their sex life than those that haven't. The Silver Ring Thing is a national advocate group that travels around the country holding huge abstinent events, providing live entertainment that promotes teens and pledging their innocence by waiting to have sex and immoral risky behavior before marriage. What's great is 40% of these are less likely to have children outside of marriage. Abstinence education programs have been proven to be effective in reducing early sexual activity. True Love Waits and the Silver Ring Thing hold strong to the same philosophy. They're interested in promoting abstinence, only sexual education. Silver Ring Things are high energy, reaching teens right where they're at. The message is given on a level that they can relate to, and teens are educated in the proactive plan that God has for them, waiting for that one special partner. Participants are encouraged to sign a pledge and are given a little silver ring with a Bible verse on it as a symbol and a reminder of their decision to stay pure. These rings are also a way to show others that they have pledged to celibacy. Silver Ring Thing have won pledges of more than 25,000 teens. Communication is also another key to your child's choices. The teen years are a crucial time when your teens need you most. This is a great opportunity for you to share some of your teen experiences that might help them in making better choices. Letting teens know why you feel the way that you do is very important, as well as how we came up with these ideas. We want children to understand our point so that they can make wise decisions. Who they hang around is truly what they become. Making the right or wrong decision can impact a teen for the rest of their life. Teaching teens gives them the motivation to stay sexually pure. These principles are typically not taught in schools. We need to give teens a reason to choose to stay pure, and one that brings confidence in their choice. Is there a scandal in teen abstinence programs? Planned Parenthood and the National Abortion and Reproductive Rights Action League have been prime supporters of safe-sex programs for youth. Speaking out of both sides of their mouth, these groups have been giving guidance on how to use condoms, different types of contraception, and giving a condescending nod to abstinence. Clearly saying, if you engage in sex, this is how you should do it. These programs are minimizing the effect of abstinence programs, and they are encouraging sexual activity among the youth that they teach. There is little abstinence training that goes on in these programs. Instead, they are disguised as efforts to promote condom use. Let's evaluate some of the current abstinence programs. Critics of abstinence education often agree that while promoting abstinence in theory is good, there's no evidence that abstinence plus programs can actually reduce sexual activity among teens. That statement is simply not true. There are 10 current scientific evaluations that demonstrate the effectiveness of abstinence programs in altering sexual behavior. Each of these 10 programs evaluated are real abstinence programs, where there are no contraceptives given or encouraged for use. An article in the Journal of the American Medical Association shows that abstinence pledge programs are dramatically effective in reducing sexual activity among teenagers in grades 7 through 12. A study done in virginity pledge programs found that participating in abstinence programs and taking a formal pledge of virginity were by far the most significant factors in youth delaying sexual activity. True abstinence programs have a general theme: raising awareness in teen pregnancy, increasing their understanding of it, the consequences, developing resistance to peer pressure, and promoting parent-child communication and abstinence. During an intervention period in Monroe County, the sexual activity rate of 15-year-olds dropped across the country. Not Me, Not Now was effective in reaching these early teen listeners, with 95% of the audience reported they had seen a Not Me, Not Now ad. Teen Aid and Sex Respect Sorry, somehow it shut off on me there. Teen aid and sex respect show significant changes in behavior among their junior high students. Sex respect was shown to reduce the rate of initiation of sexual activity by 25%. By the end of 8th grade, boys who had not gone to the program were more than 3 times as likely to have begun having sex than those who had not gone. Girls who didn't go to the program were as much as 15 times more likely to begin having sex. Although there's no guarantee, due to personal choices, abstinence education programs have repeatedly been shown to be effective in reducing sexual activity. To avoid the roller coaster of emotions, we ought to promote abstinence. Stop the Violence from Current Health 2 says abuse is not a normal or healthy part of any relationship. All too often, teens find themselves dating people who harm them, threaten them, or demean them. Experts estimate that 1/3 of adolescent relationships, that they become involved in abusive relationships somewhere between high school and college. Abuse doesn't necessarily mean black or blue eyes, slapping, shoving, grabbing, and pulling hair, or other forms. Another form is verbal abuse, can also lead to lower self-esteem. No one should have to suffer name-calling from someone that supposedly cares for them. Emotionally, these victims suffer a great deal. Once again, early sexual activity is shown to negatively affect the ability of young people to develop stable, healthy relationships. Teenage relationships are here today, gone tomorrow. Individuals that engage in premarital sex activity are 50% more likely to divorce. That's sad. I never imagined I'd pay so dearly and for so long, recalls one psychiatrist as she reflected back on her own experimentation in her teens. She goes on to admit, the longest standing, deepest wound I gave myself was that sick, used feeling of having given a precious part of myself, my soul, to so many and for nothing. Is it weird not to date? In society today, everything is based on sex. Waiting to date until an adolescent is more mature does not even enter their minds or even some parents' minds. Lost in some fantasy world, thinking how great it is to have a boyfriend take you to high school dances. Truth is, most high school relationships are short, boring, and end with somebody getting hurt. Missing out on this kind of pain and pressure could be a blessing. Present them with simple life lessons that point out truth. Take a stand today. Help your child make wise and moral decisions that will change the rest of their life. True abstinence education programs help young people to develop an understanding of commitment, morality, and intimacy that will serve them well as they develop healthy marital lives. We need to press forward in education, process of abstinence programs among our youth. The programs to increase our teens' awareness, accountability, and support, increasing their effectiveness. Take a stand with your teen and promote abstinence. It is one of the most important decisions you'll make in their life.